If this brain injury journey of mine is a book, I think right now I'm writing a really significant final chapter. Yeah, so day 5 today, after some cardio this morning, did my final functional MRI, and later got the results, and they are astounding. But I didn't need to necessarily see it. It helps to see it, but I have felt improvements. I'm really happy. I mean, we showed improvement across the board. We showed a brain that is having much better blood flow. It looks better. I tested better. I felt better inside the MRI. I'm really optimistic, and I'm elated to see that I made such gains this week. It's pretty remarkable to feel energy. I have all the energy in the world when it comes to my body, but in my mind, like above the shoulders, I call it, that kind of fatigue is less, which is a remarkable thing. Cognitive fatigue has been a really huge issue for me. Well, it's been a really long road for me, and for a really long time, I didn't even understand what I was dealing with. Once I understood that all of these issues for me were connected to head injury and concussion, repetitive head injury, and I found out about this place, I moved pretty quickly in getting here. And I would say if anyone's on the fence, it is definitely worth it. It was worth it for me. I mean, every head injury is different, but the idea that Cognitive FX can take a look at how your brain is functioning region by region and address them specifically, that's what I had been missing. And we could see it in my functional MRI that I wasn't there yet. And I've been sitting around at home the whole pandemic, making up my own exercises, hoping that I could move the needle. And I probably did a little bit, but there are some things you can't think or exercise or eat healthfully, your way out of or into. And I really needed this help, and I really needed this boost, and I got it. So I would urge anybody who's on the fence to not waste time and get seen, because it really has moved the needle for me. And I want everybody to recover quickly. My biggest piece of advice to anyone who's had a head injury or just doesn't even feel right and wants answers and wants their quality of life to improve is to ask for help and keep your hand raised. Obviously, getting here would be a wonderful step, but it took me years and years to understand that my issues were associated with head injury. And then it took me more years to get some good help. And then even that good help didn't get me all the way. I was treated for acute concussion symptoms. I wasn't treated for post-concussion syndrome. So to keep going, I mean, that's what I did. And we're talking almost 18 years after my first big head injury is when I'm making the biggest strides in my recovery. So it is possible. The first thing I'm going to do as I drive out of Utah is go to Snowbasin and go skiing. Of course, I brought my skiing stuff.